Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Brotherly Love Session. I'm your brother, Charlie Mack. We got a wonderful, wonderful evening tonight. First up is my brother, Russia Abdul Wallace. He played 16 seasons in the NBA. Wallace actually played at University of North Carolina. He went to the NBA in 1995, originally selected by Washington Bullets, also known as the Washington Wizards, in the fourth pick in the 1995 draft. He then was traded to the Portland Trailblazers, and then from the Portland Trailblazers, he actually was a key member in them going to the Western Conference Final, 1999 to 2000. He was also named to the 2000-2001 All-Star Game. Then he was traded to Atlanta Hawks, and then he went on to the Detroit Pistons, where he won a championship, NBA championship, in 2004. Rasheed Wallace is my guy. He's a beast. Y'all know him, y'all love him. I call him Sheed. So waiting for my brother to tap in, and we're gonna have a good time. And then after that, we got my man Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille. So Rasheed Wallace and Shaquille O'Neal is a great show. Two NBA greats, two NBA greats. Can't wait to talk to them. I've known them for a long time, both of them, and I'm excited. Chocolate Divinity, what's going on? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? How y'all feeling? Aaron Barksdale, what's going on? Richie Roller, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Here goes Sheed right here. We're tapping in. Tapping in, tapping in. I call him Sheed. Sheed. Where's my brother at? Where's Sheed at? Where you at, Sheed? Come on in, Sheed. Where you at? Where you at, Sheed? Where you at, Sheed? Where you at, Sheed? Where you at, Sheed? Hold on. Where you at, Sheed? Tapping on you. Looking for you. Tariq Wallace, what's up? Man. Trying to get him in here. Where you at? Oh, man. Okay, here we go. Go live with Sheed. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Sheed!
Yo, what's good, old Ed?
What up with it? What up with it? What up with it, man?
Man, same. You know me just laying low up under the radar. That's about it.
Hey, man. Hey, man. Listen, I don't know how we could do that because I'm 6'7", you about 6'10", right? Our feet stick out when we try to lay low. You know what I mean? Our feet stick out.
Hanging off the bed and
so
shit.
Listen, Sheed. Yeah, man. So listen, first and foremost, how you doing in this COVID situation?
Man, we holding it down, man. Laying low, bunker down here in Carolina.
Okay.
My kids, we chilling.
Okay.
Just enjoying the family time, man. We looking at it on the bright side, the silver lining. Yes,
Okay.
this COVID thing is serious and it has taken deaths, but on the other hand, if you're thinking about it, it should bring our families closer together.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what are you telling your kids right now in this space and time? What's the takeaway?
Man, this is the first time that I'm experiencing this too in my life, as far as, with the danger of this airborne virus going around. So we're just like, man, look, we're going to keep our distance, stay here at the crib. Only time we leave for real is when we go walking and to check on my mom in the grocery store. That's it.
Got it. So mom lived with distance from you? She lived not too far from you?
My mom lived probably about maybe like 4 miles from me, 5 miles.
Great. So listen, growing up in Philly, the 70s and 80s, what was that like for you, growing up in Philly?
Oh man, it was love. It was hip hop. I remember those hip hop days and just trying to be like my big brothers and everything. I wanted a pair of shell toe Adidas too, and just that whole life in Philly, man. It was awesome, man. I loved it. I wouldn't change it for the world, bro.
Wow, great. So you grew a whole foot in '87. You grew a whole foot. How was that in terms of your life, just in terms of perspective?
It was crazy. It was crazy. I graduated 8th grade. I was like 6'2", 6'3". I checked into Gratz that fall, that September of that same year. I was 6'9".
So
that
just
was a
in terms
painful
of,
summer for me.
yeah, man. So was your body, was your knees hurting? Were your knees
Yeah,
hurting?
it was my knees and my hips.
Ooh. And still play ball though. Still wanted because you ran track as well, right?
Yeah, I ran track when I was a young boy. That's my first love, actually,
Well,
even
yeah,
before basketball, track
yeah.
and field. When I was a young
Mm-hmm.
boy, I ran it all. And when I was in high school at Grass, I did the 200, 400, 4x1, 4x2, long jump, high jump, triple jump.
Ooh, okay.
Yes, sir.
So you saying that you saying that the rapping was in your spirit, in your blood. You grew up in it. Who was your favorite? As a matter of fact, who was you listening to in your Walkman? And who's your top 5?
Really, my top 5, I don't know. I would have to think about that, but I was definitely in my Walkman back then, for real. And I'm not just saying it, you know what I'm saying, just to say it. But no, it was Jazz and Will. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Prince, sitting
No, it's
up there
real.
listening to them.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my DJ and all of that. So had that. Then grew up with Schoolie D. I learned who Schoolie D was from my older brothers. I
Got
wasn't
it.
old enough to listen or know who he was at that time. So I had
Got
to
it.
learn him through my older brothers. Then, my group was the 100X. I messed with them hard when they was
Yeah.
down there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
My man
X
Rob
X X.
Safala. That's right.
Yes.
Bad
Absolutely.
News. And then, I would have to say the Roots, man. The
Okay.
Roots is my boys too. Beans, Free. It's too many to name, man. I can't really have a top Philly 5, man.
So
I just
you
listened
stay
to
pretty
them
much
just coming
homegrown.
up.
You just
Yeah,
stay pretty much homegrown.
for the
You ain't
most
kind of
part.
venture out. Got it.
For
Okay. Got it.
you hear commercial rap. The New York rap. When I first heard Eric B and Rakim, you heard the
Mm,
Run DMCs, and
mm,
you heard more of the popular New York rap on the radios. But
got
you
it.
also had that Philly sound.
Got it. So again, growing up in Philadelphia, the streets could be a draw, right? How were you able to
Fact.
stay out of that and to stay focused on going to your higher, dream in terms of being an NBA basketball player? How did that happen?
Real talk. It was my brothers in basketball. Truth be
Mm,
told,
mm.
my brothers they had the rep throughout the neighborhood and everything. Wasn't nobody messing with the Wallace boys. So my oldest brother could hold his hands,
Right.
and my middle brother Muhammad could hold his hands. So I was like, all right, and they taught me how to hold my hands, but
Got it.
nobody ever tested me in the hood because I was their little brother. So it was cool coming up,
That's cool.
and it was hard. It was 3 of us. My mom single parent, and
Right.
it was tough, man. It was hard.
Yeah. So a great coach is like having another father. Which one of your coaches did you really lean towards? Was it Ed.D or Dean Smith?
Um, as far as a father figure goes, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to say Mr. L,
Mr. L.
because Mr.
Okay,
L was there for me. Really at the time my biological father wasn't. So I
got it.
looked at Mr. L for advice and guidance that you would in your father. Me
Got
and
it.
my dad, we cool now to this
Got
day,
it.
but then yeah, Mr. L, man, Coach Smith, he's a hell of a coach, and
Mm-hmm.
I looked at him as one of the best basketball coaches that I ever played for. But Mr.
Wow.
Ellaby, man, he that dude, man. That's my guy right there.
That's your guy, definitely. So y'all still
No
talking
doubt.
on the frequent right now? Y'all still talking?
Oh yeah, definitely
Got it.
for sure. Last time I saw him was a couple months ago at the Philly Hall of Fame Awards. He
Got it.
came up there to show love for me and everything. So that's my man,
Got it.
thick and thin.
How you feel about getting inducted into the Philly Hall of Fame? How'd you feel about that?
Bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you, old head. That was awesome. That was
Really?
like
A
coming from
tearjerker?
me.
A
Yeah, for
tearjerker?
real. And I was up there doing my little speech, and it was a couple of them Jones, So I was
You
like,
did a couple of
man,
those? You said,
yeah,
come on, y'all. Come on, 3 shoulders?
for real. Because it was for me being in the Philly Hall of Fame, though, I would
Mm.
rather be there than the actual NBA Hall of Fame. And I say
Wow.
that because one, we have such a rich history in basketball, and then
Mm-hmm.
two, everybody in Philly, family, friends, and fans,
Mm.
they all watch me grow up from this young pisshead kid who entered 9th grade at Gratz, you know what I'm saying,
Mm.
going all the way
Mm-hmm.
to the league,
Yeah,
winning a
man.
chip. Philly
Yes.
never stopped having my back. So that's
Yes.
why I love that town, and I felt as though I wanted to be in that Philly Hall of Fame more
So you
than
wanted
the
it.
NBA.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's amazing. I'm glad you got that, brother. Congratulations on that as well.
Oh, no
Definitely.
doubt. Appreciate that.
So how much of, again, with the coaches did you pour into raising your kids and even coaching your kids? How much of it that Ellaby and Dean Smith, how much did that influence you in terms of what you do with your children, your biological children, and the kids that you coach?
It was a funny thing actually, because when my kids became teenagers, it was a little bit more easier to deal with them, because I didn't have to run around them. They were responsible. And even with the guys that's on my team where I coach at Jordan High School, what I try to teach them is that patience. That's what Mr. L and Coach Smith taught me, was that patience. You sitting there, you watching the game, everything is going to come. Don't rush it. Just be yourself. Go out there and play.
Are they more inclined to listen to you because you went to the NBA, you won a championship, and the type of person you were in your career, versus I'm saying just being a coach? How do they receive you? How did they receive you?
The receiving was pretty well. They took heed to it pretty well. It wasn't a matter of they knew I played in the NBA, but I think the main thing the kids on my team was asking me about was my text. So that was cool. But I still see that being that father figure for them, even though most of my kids have two parents in the home, but just being that father figure, or even maybe that older brother for them, just to try to get them that guidance in life, man. I've already been down the road that they're trying to travel. So yeah, I'm gonna put the signs up for you. Watch out for them potholes. Watch out for them speed bumps. I ain't gonna let you tear your vehicle up.
Absolutely. So I want to say maybe 1986, 87, you came down. I was at the Sixers game at the Spectrum, and you came down there. And at the end of the game, they let you get on the court. What was that? Because I'm saying, for me, I know I was down there religiously. How was that for you, actually getting on the Spectrum court where Doc played at?
Man, when that happened, I was like, I was so excited and flabbergasted, just looking all around like a country kid coming to the big city for the first time. It was exciting, and I was like, man, I'm actually on this floor that I watched on Channel 17. Doc and them just had a game the other night, or something like that.
Yes,
and
sir.
now I'm actually on this floor, about to run a little pickup game or whatever. So it was awesome, man. It was awesome to me.
When you came in the building, I'm saying, as soon as you came in, I was like, wow, that's Rasheed Wallace. I was like, that's a young boy. He going to go to school. He's going to school. He's going to go to the league. So when you got on the floor, I was actually excited to see you out there. But I could see you, like you said, like a kid in the candy store. You was like, yeah, this is amazing. But then man. And then you actually become to have the amazing career you had. Picking the school, Temple. You actually were thinking about Temple and Nova. How'd you go about picking? How'd you go about? Why didn't you pick Temple? Why didn't you pick Villanova?
Real talk. I didn't pick Temple because of them 6 a.m. practices, man. That's when Coach Chaney, he was doing that religiously, and I just had to be honest with myself. I knew I wasn't going to be able to get up and do it, even though Aaron was breathing down my neck like, man, it's simple. Once you get on the schedule, this and that, da-da-da. I was like, hey, Blue, I don't know, man. That 6 a.m. something else. And
really?
Villanova was supposed to be a package deal, really. It was supposed to be myself, Alvin Williams, Tyrone Weeks, and Jason Lawson. So Alvin committed. Boom. The next, J. Law signed. Boom. And then I was like, all right. And then Tyrone Weeks signed with UMass. I was like, well, damn, since he ain't going, well, shit, I'm going to go to Carolina then.
I'm out.
Yeah, so I went to Carolina. I left Al and J. Law hanging right there, man. But they still good friends to this day.
Got it. How much adjustment was it for you, college life? How much was that adjustment was that for you?
It was huge, dog. It was huge because being the youngest out of three, I always had supervision growing up. No matter if it was one of my older brothers, my mom, my auntie, somebody, I always had to have supervision. So when I got to college, I was on my own. Even though I lived with my mom my senior year in high school, all throughout high school and stuff. But when I got to college, I'm on my own. I didn't have to hear, go do the dishes or straighten your room up or get this up, get that up, blah, 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 go to the store. I didn't have to hear none of that. I could stay up as late as I want. I could come in whenever I want to. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, this it right here.
Wow. So how long did it take you to adjust, like to get settled? How long did it take you? Or did you ever get settled?
No, no, it took me about a month, man. Real talk. It took me about a month, month and a half, because up there with that city life, you know, you always hearing something on the street. Sirens, just the chitter chatter, cars going by, bikes, whatever, kids playing. You won't hear that chitter chatter. But when I came down here to Carolina and going to bed, you know, all I'm hearing is crickets. I'm like, man, I can't sleep. Like, what's going on? Somebody trying to creep on me or something? I'm like, man, what the hell is going on here? But it took me a long time, man. That's why I go to sleep with music. That's the reason why I started doing that, so I can have something just in that background, man.
Got it. Let's remove the money. Let's remove the NBA contract. What was more fun for you, your college playing days or your professional playing days?
Oh, college for sure.
College, okay.
For sure, college playing down here.
How about I knew you were gonna say that? How about I knew you were gonna say? That's why I asked it. I should have asked that question. How about I knew you were gonna say that? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's in NC, man. It was fun. I think it was more exciting than, because one, I was away from home. Two, I was on my own. And three, if you think about it, end of the day, shit, I ain't really had no bills. You know what I'm saying? You down here for 2 years, you living for free and all of that, eating for free. But I ain't had no bills except for the little cable bill. You know what I mean? That's a little $20. But that ain't nothing. But then when I just you know, had the whole tenure of being down here, it was the competition. It was also the summer league games and everything. I just fell in love with it, man. The people was cool, and it was a big change for me at first, for real. You know, everybody down here speaking and friendly, and you know that Philly attitude, fam.
Absolutely,
like, man, well, you don't know me.
Being
what
all
you
joke,
speaking to me for? You don't know me. And me mugging everybody, just giving them a real onyx face, like. But then I was like, you had to sit back. Yeah, you had to back up, like, man, why am I sitting up here being this damn evil and stubborn? Ain't no need. They just saying hi.
Wow. So it seemed to me you were in the NBA, but you wasn't of the NBA. That's the way I seen it. Is that a true, accurate assessment?
Yeah, fact that. Okay. I would have to agree with that.
And what was your apprehension of kind of just getting in that NBA kind of like culture?
Actually, I just saw it as being me. You know, I was just that feeling in me. You had a couple guys who like to dress up, you know, throw that suit on, which is nothing wrong with, you know, or come with that business casual look. But with me, I was just like, man, shit, just give me a jersey. You know what I'm saying? Football jersey, basketball jersey, some jeans. Yo, I'm on to the game. You know, for me, I always felt like it didn't matter how I looked when I came to work, because as long as I did work, I was productive at work. So, you know, I was never one to be on a fashion police, but I was just always, man, like, you know, we coming straight hip hop with this, and like everything else that black people do, it caught that big wave with the NBA. You know, that's when you had all the games come out, and you know, all the little trinkets that fit that 90s hip hop.
Right. So you were a beast on the court, right? Who made you get up? Who made you bring your A game? Who was that? What made you bring your A game? He was like, ooh.
Personally, for me, because cats I had to guard, I would have to say Jermaine O'Neal, Kev Garnett, Tim Duncan, and it was one more. It's slipping my mind. Oh, C-Web. And those when I was playing against those guys, those were times I was like, yo, I'm gonna go ahead to bed on time tonight. You know what I mean? So I can make sure that I'm you know, energized and shit for this game. But man, I would have to say it was those guys, man. You know, of course, I didn't have to guard the big fella too much. I didn't have to guard Shaq too much. Here and there, a play or two. So I don't really count that as, you know what I mean, him giving me problems personally, but he damn sure gave our team problems.
Yeah. I remember talking to you at the Staples Center after that game. You actually gave me your sneakers from that game. You know what I mean? Yeah. We talked about that. You know what I mean? So do you think that the league underestimated that wet jump shot you had? Do you think they underestimated that?
I think so, man. I think so
Mm-hmm.
because when I first
Mm-hmm.
came into the league, I wasn't really shooting jumpers. I was more of a post up, and then I can knock a 12-footer down, but it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't until one year I had to play the three position because the starting center was Arvydas Sabonis and the
Mm-hmm.
starting power forward was Brian Grant. So
Mm-hmm.
coach played me at the three. So I was like, all
Mm-hmm.
right, I'll try it out, see what's happening. I sacrifice
Mm-hmm.
my stuff for the team as long as we get us some
Right.
wins. And
Right.
that's when your man lit my ass up, dog. Ain't nobody
Oh.
ever give
Oh.
me buckets like Glenn Rice,
Ooh.
dog. I'm
Ooh.
trying to chase him off of screens. I got Shaq screening me. I got AC Green screening me. I got Samaki Walker screening me. All these
Ooh.
cats, I'm trying to chase them all around. As soon as he get the
Ooh.
ball, he give me a jab step, and I'm biting
Ooh.
on it.
Ooh.
And then either he gonna J me. Man, that cat, he had like both times. Well, actually, all 4 times, 3 or 4 times we played him that year. He
Right.
had at least 30 every time,
Woo.
dog.
Woo.
I was
Was the
like,
pro?
man, I can't.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. You go ahead. You said you
I
couldn't.
was
Go
like,
ahead.
I
Finish your
couldn't
statement.
stop him. It wasn't nothing I could
Really?
do with him. I couldn't
Really?
stop him because I wasn't
Wow.
familiar with the ins and outs of playing that position. You know what I mean? All the
Okay.
little
Okay.
short corners you could cut. I was like, man, he
Okay.
just bust my ass.
And just the reverse. Who did you like on the schedule? Like, oh, I'm gonna give him buckets. I can't wait to see him. Who was that for you?
I would have to say the same crew.
Same crew.
The same
So you
crew
gonna tear him
because
up?
yeah, they were the top in my
Got it.
profession at that time. Tim Duncan and any one of us could have been the number one power forward between Tim Duncan, C. Webb, Jermaine O'Neal, and
Got it.
Kevin Garnett and myself. Any
Got
one
it.
of us could have
Got it.
been the number one power forward at that time.
Got it. Jeff just gave you a shout out. Jeff just to give you a shout out on the
You
page.
was good, squad.
Hey, so listen, your all-time starting five, which you included. Who's your four? Your all-time.
My five, I
Your
would
four.
definitely
Your
have.
four. Your four. You're in it. Give me your
Right, I
four.
know, but I'm saying my five position. If I'm the
Yes.
four man, my five
Yes.
position, my starting center, it would have to be the GOAT, the captain, Kareem. It would be
Okay.
him.
Okay.
At the three, for me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go between Pitt and Big Dog, Glenn Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
At the guard spot, I'm gonna go either Bonzi or
Mm.
J.R. Ryder.
Mm.
And at
Mm.
that point guard position, it would either be Damon Stoudemire or Ross Strickland. I had the pleasure to play with Ross Strickland for about
Wow.
3 months, 4 months, and
Right.
and
Right.
dog, he made that
Horse.
game
He was
so
a
damn
horse.
easy.
Really, a horse. Oof. So you got 317 technical fouls. You got 26 ejections. You were number 3 in the all-time behind Karl Malone and Barkley. You were not shy about giving it up. What was that? What was your mindset? What was your mindset in terms of that? Like you getting tacked all the time, getting ejected. What was your mindset, man? What was your mindset? What was going through your head?
Yo, you gonna hear what I gotta say.
Right.
I don't care about that damn whistle. You could blow that whistle, whatever. But you gonna hear what I gotta say. And I know what the hell you out here doing. I know you out here scheming
Absolutely.
and scamming. So I'm gonna put it
Right.
out there. And then they banged me up. But I'm glad you ran it down though, fam, because I'm third on the list.
Yeah.
Watching a little bit of NBA TV sometimes or a lot of other sports shows, they always want to try to put your boy number one because I'm not a media darling. But
There you
the
go.
two media darlings are in front of me. Karl Malone is number one, and Charles Barkley is
number two.
So
Absolutely.
they're media darlings. But
Man.
go with the wild kid.
So you played 16 seasons. Could you play more, or could you play more?
Yeah, no doubt. I could have
Okay.
played more. I retired in 2010 the first time because my mother fell ill. So that's what made me sit out them 2 years, and then that's when I came back with the Knicks to play.
Got it. Okay. How do you feel about the game today?
It's different. It's definitely more offensive minded. With the just look at some of the scores that we have. And in regulation, in the regular 48 minutes, you got teams scoring 140, 150 points. That's unheard of sometimes, even in like a double or triple overtime. But I think today's game is definitely more offensive. we were on defense, you know, in that 90s, early 2000 era. I guess it's more offensive because it'll be more entertaining for the public, you know, to see guys
Got it.
running up and down. They don't want to see nobody getting locked up. They want to see guys dunking.
Got it. So you're an author as well. You got this book called Honeydew, Mary Lou. Tell me about that.
Yeah, that's my children's book that I did with my man Sadler Ward out of Philly as well, and it's called Honeydew and Mary Lou. And what it is, it's about Honeydew and Mary Lou are my daughter and my niece. You know, man, you got kids, so when your kids are at that cute age, like, you know, 3, 4, 5, and you could carry them with you to the store, and everybody be like, oh. So that's the era where I've trapped my daughter and my niece, and they're little girls, and what it is about each chapter is about growing up, you know, things that we all went through growing up, and that's what I try to base the book on. It doesn't matter, black, white, green, yellow, orange. Everybody had to do what growing up? You had to learn how to tie your shoe. You know, you had to learn how to put your clothes on by yourself, and all the simple things that we take you know, that we don't take advantage of. You know, it's just the fact that just trying to learn and teach everybody else, just be on the same page. Forget the color barrier. Let's get on the same page with our youngins.
Right. Let's Get Technical podcast.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about that.
That's what I do with my man Bonzi Wells. We just started it up during this little quarantine that we're in. And we just giving it to you raw, giving it to you real, and enjoying ourselves, man. Just trying to come from a different angle. You know, there's other athletes out there, football, basketball, baseball, that have popular podcasts as well. So we just try to see where we could come at a different angle. You know, of course we watch them and say, okay, we could do this or we can't do that. So we just trying to make it a home run hitter, man, a household name.
Got it. There you go. Okay. Well, guess what? Whatever you need from me, I told you, all the different people that I know, I'm saying we got to run them down to you. You know what I mean? Because I think that, again, I know that you're going to come with real conversation. You ain't going to sugarcoat it. And I love that.
For sure.
I love that.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
Always,
so,
you know that, good brother.
Yes, sir. So we're actually rounded up to the last question, the last one. You had this radio Saturday Night Raw. You still got it going on? Saturday Night Raw?
No. That's when I was playing for Portland. And it's crazy because the owner of the station was the owner of the Blazers, Paul Allen, rest in peace.
Wow.
And so you know, he found out once he got the station, I heard through the grapevine, and he found out that I liked music and was into music because I had 100X at that time. Me, you know, they asked me if I wanted to host my show. I was like, what? Hell yeah, let's go. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
So I played local music. I definitely showed love to the local artists. I was on the air for like 2 or 3 hours. So local artists got an hour to themselves, as long as there wasn't no cussing. I was happy to say that I was there for Jamming 9-5's first actual summer jam, which me and your man E40 squashed our so-called beef that we were supposed to have had. So,
E for Shizzle?
It was awesome. Yeah, E40.
Wow. Okay. So listen, and somebody actually texted on here, so I want to actually bring it up too. Ahmaud Arbery, you know, they brought, you know, those criminals, those murderers they arrested them. What's your feeling about that?
Man, it's definitely, I'm glad it took too long. It took too long. You know, y'all so quick to, well, I shouldn't say y'all, people out there are so quick to judge on something that they don't know about. Yo, young brother's just running through his neighborhood, man, trying to stay in shape and beat this COVID thing, and here it is. Who would think that you had to dodge bullets, man? But I'm glad those two cats got caught, man.
Cowards.
For real. They need to be put under the jail or let them sit in a room with a couple of inmates in there for about 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Put them through that pain, put them through that grief, man. I feel for the young boy family, man. Real talk.
Hey, Sheed, man, I appreciate you, bro. Yes, sir. I appreciate you so very much, man. It's been love, man. I could talk to you for hours on and hours on, but I ain't gonna burn up your time. You know what I mean? Listen, man, nothing but brotherly love for you always, Sheed. Rashid.
No doubt.
Yes,
no
sir.
doubt, old head.
Number love,
and
baby.
Make sure y'all check it out. Let's
Absolutely.
get technical.
Absolutely.
At
Let's
Bonzi
get
Sheed
technical.
on Instagram and Twitter.
There we go. Done. I'm out, baby, in a minute.
Love you, old head.
Love you, baby. Love you, man.
Gone.
All right. Hey, man, that's my youngin' right there. Listen, Rashid been A1 from day one. Y'all know he don't double talk. Whatever he say, he mean it. So, again, that's a wonderful situation right there. Next up, we got the big fella, Shaquille Snack Mill O'Neal. That's what I call him. You know what I mean? Let's get him up in here. You know, waiting for the big fella to come in. Just waiting for him to tap in. How y'all feeling out there? What's y'all feeling actually about, you know, those cowards being arrested? How y'all feel about that? How y'all feel about that? Give me some feedback on that. What do y'all think is going to happen? Do you think they'll get over, get away? Like, what do you think? Or do you think they're going to get the death penalty? Because I think I'm saying that they slaughtered. They actually hunted that young man down, and I think that absolutely should never see the streets ever again, ever again. What's y'all feeling about that? Waiting for Shaq to come in. What's y'all feeling about that? You glad they were arrested? Okay. Okay. They better, let me see, it was a lynching. It was a lynching, it was a murder, it was a slaughter. They hunted them down, you know? Yeah. Not guilty, Rodney King scenario. Do you think they get found guilty or not? What do you think? Running with Maud. What do you think? Do you think they get found guilty or not? Will justice be served? DJ Wiz, what's up? Death penalty, they need a different kind of jail to find, okay? Life imprisonment. So y'all think life or death? What y'all think should happen? Too early to tell? Okay. We have the red line, redefine justice, okay? Nothing right now. Georgia law will get them off. Wow. So y'all think they'll get off? Some of y'all think they're gonna get off. That's going on. Okay. Guilty all day, okay. Yeah, they clearly hunted this kid down, and it's just a sad situation. There's just a lot of really demonic things going on, a demonic spirit in the world right now. You said death penalty, okay. He was a cop, which is really crazy. I think they should put them right on population right today. Like, I believe that they're gonna probably try to lock them, isolate them off, you know, but they should go right in population today. Today, you know, they should not get a bell. Maria Horton Holmes, okay. Life, the minimum, that's what you say, Marcus? Okay. All right. Let me see. Let's see. Where's Shaq at? Is the Shaq coming yet, y'all? The Shaq coming yet? The Shaq come in yet? The Shaq come in yet? What big fella at? Yes, there's a difference. It's a scandal. It was on that. Okay. I want his family to write letters every week to the prison. What can we do as a people to support them? What do y'all think we could do as a people to support them, to make sure that the Georgia governor, you know, hears our cry? What do y'all think? Because there's a possibility, I'm saying, you know, I think that there was such a cry out for them to get arrested, so that's why they went and actually arrested them. But what do you think in terms of, you know, them getting found guilty or not guilty? What do you think happens? By the way, Monday's guest is Holly Robinson Pete and Lala. This Monday. Holly Robinson Pete and Lala this Monday. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Brotherly Love Session will be back again. The only reason they got arrested, because again, there was such an outcry. So I think if they didn't arrest them, it'd have been a problem. You know, and you think it's going to be much like a Zimmerman type of situation? Do y'all think that? Where's the big fella at? Have y'all seen, anybody seen Shaq on here yet? Anybody seen Shaq yet? Anyone seen Shaq on here yet? Is Shaq on here yet? The governor is in bed with murderers. Ooh, that's scary. That's not going to be good. Not going to be good. Not going to be good. Not going to be good at all. Yes, like Zimmerman. Ooh, that's frightening. That's not good at all. We can't have another Zimmerman. I'll tell you one thing. If it does happen, it won't be the same result. I promise you. Ain't nobody gonna let them two walk like that. That's just not gonna happen. Where big fella at? Let me see if Shaq came here yet. Let me see if he's in yet. Ooh, okay. Okay. Where Diesel at? Yes, because on a lighter note, Charlie. Okay. Trisha from Philly. Okay. All right. After midnight. Yes, we used to do it after midnight on a lighter note. Yes, on a lighter note. Going to be running. Chinese best friend, what's up? Top dog, what's going on? All day. PQA, what's happening? Where's big fella at? Waiting for Shaq Diesel to come in. Where's he at? Where's he at? May have to jump off and call him. He's in LA, so let's see. Let's see what happens. I'll wait another 3 minutes. I'll wait if he don't come on. Chuck, what's up, Chuck? What's up, Chuck? Sam, what's happening? You said I'm on to something? Hey, man, I hope and pray. From your mouth to God's ears, brother, I hope and pray. I hope and pray. I'm just right now, I'm just enjoying the brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? I'm here getting my fast on. I'm actually going to kick in a master cleanse. I'm going to kick in a master cleanse too, y'all. I'm going to do that. I'm shifting, you know, of course I'm fasting right now, but I'm going to take it up a notch in terms of my fast. I'm going to start the master cleanse as well. I'm going to do that tonight. He said Shaq may be going to bed. Well, he's in LA, so we'll see, you know. So we're going to wait till 8:40, and then I'm going to actually call him, and we'll come back on. Let me just say, you know, it's going to get your name to Hey, man, I hope so, brother. I hope so. You should have Charles Broccoli on the show. Yeah, I reached out for Charles, waiting for him to come back. How much weight have I lost? Probably, I don't know, probably about, I guess between 5 and 10 pounds, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know. You know, I don't really know. But I'm definitely on it. I've gotten rid of all the meat. Well, I don't eat. I always eat was turkey and seafood. So I stopped eating turkey. So I'm just going in on. Oh, my book. My book is right here. Yes, the book. Hopefully, I can see the cover. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Who is Charlie Mack? Oh, Shaq is here. Okay, here go big fella. Here go big fella. Let's go in. The big fella.
Didn't I tell you to send me a text, man, to remind me?
I did send you a text. I did. I sent you a text. I sent you a DM. I sent you about 4 texts and probably like 3 DMs.
Oh, my bad.
What's happening, big fella?
OG.
It's all good, man. Ain't nothing but love. Listen, ain't nothing but love. Listen, you got a million names, so I'm giving you a name too. I'm calling you the big business. Or El Grande CEO. Which one you want? You can have both of them. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna take them both. But guess who I got that from?
You gonna take them both? Where you get it from?
Guess who I got that from?
Where from?
You. What you mean? Where from?
Hey, look, hey, yo. So why is it so dark? You in LA? Why is it so dark? Are you in Atlanta?
No, I'm on the highway driving.
Are you trying to race home? Is that what's happening? You trying to get home?
Yeah, I'm driving. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
All right. Hey, listen. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna jump into it. You know what I mean? We're gonna jump into it. Hey, listen. So your sons, Sharif and Shaqille, right?
Yeah.
Do you let them kind of develop their own game, or do you kind of like staring? Are you staring?
I let them develop their own games because one, the game is different. I think because of what I did to your main man Mutombo in the finals, when you were sitting there all mad at me.
Listen, only time I was mad at you. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Say it again.
I said the only time I was mad at you when you hit Matt Geiger with the elbow. That's the only time I've been upset with you.
Well,
you bullied
listen, hey, you know what? The statute of limitations up. I did throw the elbow, but the ref ain't call it, so I ain't worried about it. But I was saying because big guys don't play like that no more. They play their own way. So I let my boys, play the way they feel they like to play. Because I always tell them all the time, you don't have to be better than me. Just got to be the best that you can be. That's the only thing that matters.
Absolutely. Which one of their games do you think is more aligned with your game?
I actually, neither one of them. I kind of, when they were being born, I kind of, miscalculated. Because Shawnee is not short, not tall. So I figured with me and Shawnee, I figured Sharif was going to be about 6'6" to 6'7". So when I was training them like guards. All the stuff I saw Petey do, I taught him. All the stuff I saw Kobe do, I taught him. All the stuff I saw D-Wade do, I taught him. And then, as they got older, they got to meet Kobe and D-Wade too. So even though they're big guys, they really have guard skills. And the fact that they can shoot, I love that. I love.
Yeah, man. They definitely got that Penny Hardaway kind of flow. Both of them. They'll dunk on you and they'll shoot that check. It's wet.
Yeah, they
both
will.
of them. Ooh.
Yep.
And Shaqille will wind up being about, you think, about 6'8"?
Shaqille probably gonna be about 6'8". He's actually growing because I was watching Shaq last night, the last episode, and he looks smaller than he does now. So I'm looking at him now, like he's really filling out. Yeah, man,
he is. You probably been more busy now than you just playing ball. What do you enjoy more? Do you enjoy some of this life, this post-NBA life, or the NBA?
I mean, I'm just, blessed to have listened to my parents. My mom and dad did a great job of telling me all the time, hey, man, 80% of guys when they get done playing don't have nothing. Stop buying them chains. Stop buying them watches. Stop buying them rims. Start buying some businesses.
Right.
Go back to school, get your education. If you want to live like the guy that owned a whole block, go get the same education that he got. Go, find out what he does. How do you get to own the whole block and you figure it out? So, I like to, thank my mom and dad for always saying on me.
How did Sarge influence you, and actually do you implement that in your parenting skills today with your kids? Because it's different. It's a different day, a different time.
The Sarge had a best friend named Ass Whoopin'. That was his best friend. His best friend name was Ass. He had another one named
Last name? Whoopin'.
Do I do that?
Woo!
Yeah, whooping. Do I do that to my kids? No, I don't do that to my kids. One, I don't have to, because they didn't grow up in the same environment as we go through. But they know if I need to get my point across and I make this face right here, they know I'm not playing. So, but coming from the brick city, my dad wasn't about no talking. Ass and whooping came in the room and took care of business for me.
So listen. So let's say Shaquille O'Neal's entering into the league 2020. What are you averaging? What's your game like?
Well, first of all, I'm asking for $400 million, and $400 million. Yeah, $400 million for 5 years. I'm gonna get it. I'm averaging 40. I'm averaging 45, and my rival would be Giannis. Giannis would be my rival. Me and him, go at it.
400 million?
Oh yeah, easily. Easily.
So you say Giannis is the young Shaq today. What does he need in his game to make him complete?
I think he's better than me at that age. Because he gets to do a little bit more with the ball. Back when I tried to do that, the coaches would get mad and be like, no, give it to the guard, give it to the guard. But now he's just taking the ball, going coast to coast. So I think he has a little bit more opportunity than me. But listen, he was faster, longer, jumped pretty higher, a little bit more athletic. So at this age, I think, he was better than I was at that age.
Really? So would it be? Would you put the S on his chest now? Would you give him an S?
Yes. Already did. Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, already did. Yeah, Giannis. Giannis is that guy. I mean, listen, everybody knows LeBron is a Superman, but the Superman title has been held by big men so long. I got to give it to a big man, not these other guys that's claiming to be Superman. You know what I'm talking about?
Wow. So Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders both played dual sports. I know that you love football. Did you ever consider playing both sports?
I actually did play in high school. I wasn't allowed to play in college. I would have loved the opportunity to play for the Cowboys.
Wasn't allowed
one game in the pros. Wasn't allowed to.
You a Cowboy fan? You a Cowboy fan?
Oh yeah, all day, every day.
Don't do that to me.
It.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Listen, the
Cow
Bums. Listen, I love you. Listen, I love you. You know I love you, right? But the Cow Bums.
Yes.
Listen to me.
All
Come
day.
on, man. The Cow Bums. The Cow Bums. The Cow Chumps. We're not gonna do that.
Since 1975. Nope.
Oh man, come on, man. Come on. Now I notice you always say that you weren't as skilled as David Robinson, Tim Duncan. Oh man, please, man. So I noticed you say that you wasn't as skilled as David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Patrick Ewing, and Hakeem. But I beg to differ, right? I would say that the teams were prepared for you and they were afraid of you. You shifted everybody, you know what I mean? So again, who actually put fear in you?
I couldn't. But you know,
your phone is breaking up. You're breaking up, big fella.
That's your phone, boy. You need to check your Wi-Fi. I'm in this Phantom. I'm in this Phantom with this Wi-Fi.
Woo! Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it.
No, I was saying that's why when I came in, I never tried to be the best big man. I tried to be the most dominant big man. Because you know, think about it, like even now, the term "the best" gets thrown around too much. But when you hear the term "most dominant," it's only two names brought up, and I'm one of those names. So a lot of guys were better than me. A lot of guys were better than me, had better skills, but I just had to, go Brick City style on them, dominate.
There we go. So also I heard you say your kids can't touch your cheese if they don't have 2 degrees, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So if they have 2 degrees, then they don't need your cheese. So is that a Jedi mind trick that you're kind of playing or what?
No. If they have 2 degrees and they want to start their own business or whatever, I will fund them. But I'm not just going now because they're 18, 19. I'm not going to be like, hey, Dad, I want to do this. Give me $1 million. Nah, you got to know what you're doing. So, like if they...
Does that... Go ahead. Yes, sir, go ahead.
So, after they get their bachelor's or master's or law school or, business school, I know that they'll be properly educated to function in this world when it comes to business. Because I tell them all the time, it ain't about making the money, it's about keeping the money.
True. Facts. A lot of NBA players get money, they don't keep it. Within 5 years, they said the average player is broke.
Gone.
Broke. So does that apply to your daughters as well?
Does it apply to me?
To your daughters. Does it apply to your daughters as well? Does that apply to your daughters as well?
No, my daughters can do whatever.
That's your phone. I'm clear. That's your phone over there. That's your phone over there. That's you. That's your phone. You're in a bad area. You're in a bad area. Come back. Diesel, where you at? I can't hear you. You back?
I'm in Georgia.
That phantom is sweet, but that Wi-Fi ain't right. That Wi-Fi ain't right. You out there in the mountains.
You're right. My bad. But,
all love.
But no, I was saying my baby girls get to do whatever they want to do.
Right. That's what I figured that as well. That's why I asked you that. So in this pandemic, what is the message that you're telling your kids? What are you telling them as a parent?
Well, I'm telling them now to always be aware, be cognizant of what's going on, pay attention, continue to be kind to people, continue to show respect. Like right now, like we're doing a lot of charity work. So, I take my boys with me whenever we go feed some people, do some stuff. But I'm getting to spend a lot of time with them and drop a lot of knowledge on them.
Do you think? Let me ask you a question, because we come from humble beginnings, and they were very fortunate, as growing up. Do you think it's connected with them the same way? Are you able to communicate that to them? What it really means to give back?
Yes.
Or are they just doing it?
Well, listen. Anybody can talk about giving back, but the fact that they see me doing it,
Yes.
which means I know they're going to do it because, you know, my parents never talked about giving back. Always used to see them do it. And I'm just, you know, reiterating what they used to do. You know, my father always used to go to the Salvation Army. My mama used to always take plates down to homeless people. My dad always stopped when he see homeless people, and whatever change he got, he'd give it to them. So I'm just doing what I, was taught. So, you know, the fact that I take them with me everywhere and show them how business is supposed to be handled, I know that when it's all said and done, that they will do
it. So you take them to the boardroom and everything, like your meetings and stuff. They go to all your meetings. Well, not all of them, but they go to your meetings.
I take my oldest daughter to some of the meetings and my oldest son. You know, my oldest son, you know, he's been in a lot of the meetings. But Sharif, Shakir, Mimi, and Miara, I really haven't, taken them yet. But like I always come home and like break down what's going on.
Got it. The NBA in 20 years, how does that look with all these international players coming over, and then the NBA and the NFL forging relationships internationally? How does it look in the next 20 years?
In the next 20 years, it's going to be overran by little guys. Because even though Steph Curry is my favorite player, see, when I was coming up, you had to be a super special little guy. Like AI is a super special little guy. They don't make him like him. But the way Steph Curry playing, now you got all these little guys getting confidence and shooting from 30 and 40 feet.
Right.
The game's gonna be outside the 3-point line. It's gonna be a lot of Steph Currys.
A lot of Steph Currys. So the game as we know it, for big men to dominate the game, that'll no longer be.
Yes. Nope, no longer be. No longer be. Everybody's gonna be trying to play guard too. Because think about it, Giannis.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you.
This is 1999 or 2001. Giannis would be in the post shooting jump hooks.
Yes, absolutely. So talk to me about my big guy, Joel Embiid. What does he need to do?
I have to be careful when I talk about Joel Embiid because I always use my blueprint as a big man. And my blueprint was to just dominate inside. But Joel Embiid has the ability to go outside. So every time I talk to him, I say, look, I don't mind you shooting jump.
You breaking up? You're breaking up, big fella. You're breaking up. Oh, you're breaking up. You're breaking up, big fella. You're breaking up, big fella. Oh, he's breaking up. You're breaking up. You're breaking up. I can't hear you, Shaq. I can't hear you. Oh, man, you're skipping. Go ahead. Now I can hear you. Okay. You. See? Hey, listen. Let's jump off and come back on. Let's jump off and come back on because we got to get them back on. Let's jump off and come back on. Let's jump off and come back on. All right?